Welcome to the Board Review with news about your county government. I'm your host, Tricia Pichette. Today you'll learn about County Commission actions from the August 6th board meeting. Tuesday's meeting was the first for Polk County's new county manager, Bill Beasley. Beasley took over the role August 1st, following the retirement of Jim Freeman last month. And while it was his first initial meeting, he didn't waste any time getting down to the county's business. First up was the approval of a construction contract with Stag Industries for the Bone Valley ATV Park Trail Connections project. The nearly $500,000 project will create trail connections on the northern ends of the existing trails in the park.
The presentation today was for a construction contract with Stag Industries to build 11 trail connections at our Bone Valley ATV Park. And what it will do, the construction contract will actually connect all of our riding trails to a collector trail, and it will improve the safety, give us access to any kind of emergency access to the north end of the park, but it will also enhance the patrons' capacity to utilize the park and make an infinite number of combinations of trail riding that they can use for the enjoyment.
The board approved an agreement with AECom Technical Services, Inc. to provide professional engineering services for the Marigold and County Road 580 Cypress Parkway widening project in Poinciana. This phase of the project will cost about $1.3 million. An addendum to the construction manager at-risk agreement with Miller Construction Management, Inc. for the new Roads and Drainage Division Annex facility was approved Tuesday. The project will cost about $3.5 million and will include a new 15,000 square foot building and the removal of several others at the Sheffield Road site.
We had an agenda item this morning to seek approval for the CMAR, which is Construction Manager at Risk for Miller Construction, to construct the new Roads and Drainage Office Annex facility. It will allow the County Roads and Drainage Department to expand their facilities while replacing outdated facilities on their site.
The board approved the $386,000 purchase of security software to protect the county's network against malware and ransomware threats. A second infrastructure agreement between Polk TDS LLC, Westridge Community Development, and Polk County was approved by the board Tuesday. This action is to approve the release of the funds which are held by the county for infrastructure improvements at the private Tierra del Sol community. The board also approved the Emergency Management Performance Grant Agreement, which provides $153,497 and a local match of funds to help with training and staffing for Polk County emergency management. The board recognized several long-term employees for their dedicated service to the county. These employees included Kevin R. Ulick, a captain in the Fire Rescue Division who was recognized for 20 years of service. Richard C. Clint Williams, who is also a fire rescue captain, was recognized for 25 years of service. Geraldine C. Jerry Irons, a senior development review specialist in the building division, was recognized for 30 years of service. Todd J. Tanner, a captain and training officer in the Special Operations section of Fire Rescue Division, was recognized for 30 years of service. Ralph A. Vitone, the Deputy Chief of Medical Services in the Fire Rescue Division, was recognized for 30 years of service. The board proclaimed August 6, 2019 as Fort Meade District 8 12 and Under Baseball Day. Eric Poole, Executive Director for the Florida Association of Counties Foundation, presented the board with a Best Practice Award for Helping Hands, a Thomas McMicken legacy program.
The presentation was an award for best practices in county government for health and human services and public safety. And it's a program called Helping Hands. What's important about this is it really takes a comprehensive approach to looking at mental health issues in county jails where you have folks that need additional help. They're incarcerated, they're released, and there's a high return rate, what they call recidivism. The Helping Hands program looks across different agencies in the county It looks at private sector partners. It pulls those resources together. They share information. And the idea is that this vulnerable population that is in jail gets the help it needs while it's in jail. And it might be medication, but also with other health and human services, wraparound services. When they're released, there's follow-up. The idea is that you help this vulnerable population, you save taxpayer money, and really, at the end of the day, the community is safer because of a program like this. And it's very innovative. I haven't seen anything this comprehensive in our state. So ultimately, safe community, protect the citizens, and save taxpayer dollars.
Health and Human Services Director Marcia Andreessen, along with Relations Administrator Joy Johnson, addressed the board to announce the recent Achievement Award that was given to Polk County at the National Association of Counties Conference.
So the award was from the National Association of Counties, and the award was for our Helping Hands program. And the Helping Hands program won in the Best Category Award, and there are 18 different categories that the National Association of Counties has, and we won in the Public Safety and Criminal Justice category. And the program provides services in the areas of behavioral health, community paramedics, to residents that are transitioning out of Polk County Jail, and they are on psychotropic medication, and they have had multiple arrests over the past year. And this program links them to community resources, provides intensive case management in order to have less recidivism, the recidivism rate drops, and to have better outcomes for people with mental health and behavioral health outcomes and substance abuse problems.
Dave Carter, chairman of the Stormwater Technical Advisory Committee, provided the board an update on the committee's activities.
I gave a presentation to the County Commission today regarding the county stormwater management program. The program monitors and makes improvements to the county's lake system, hoping to improve the water quality of our water bodies and lakes. And it also, the administration of the county's municipal service taxing unit, which is about a $2 million annual revenue that we use to help implement water quality projects on the county's lake system.
Katie Yoxall, Executive Director for Keep Polk County Beautiful, Inc., presented the results of her group's progress during the 2018-2019 year and plans for the upcoming year. Last year, the group collected a total of 563,540 pounds of trash and 6,444 tires from targeted areas around Polk County.
Today, we gave a presentation on our 2018-2019 Clean It Up to Green It Up program. We will be back in action in October, so look for the upcoming dates on our Facebook page or on our website, keeppolikcountybeautiful.org.
The board proclaimed the portion of Interstate 4 between mile markers 36 and 44 as Trooper John Haggerty Memorial Highway. Lieutenant Chris Miller accepted the proclamation for the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Haggerty was killed in the line of duty when his plane was struck by a low-flying U.S. Navy jet in March of 1970.
This is designating a section of I-4 between the 36 and 44 mile markers as the John C. Haggerty Memorial Highway. This is a reminder to the citizens of the state of Florida of the ultimate sacrifice that Trooper Haggerty made in the line of duty.
The board approved a resolution that expresses the intent to issue future debt to finance the acquisition and construction of certain capital projects, including Oracle and software upgrades, fire station construction, improvements and equipping, and the Northeast Regional Park improvements, defibrillators, and the tax collector building. The board approved the 2019-2020 budgets for the Highland Meadows, Lake Ashton, Poinciana, Lucerne Park, North Paroline Road, and Westbridge Community Development Districts. The release of a surety in the form of a performance bond for $445,954 for breakwater cover was approved Tuesday. The board accepted Breakwater Cove's on-site and off-site potable water, wastewater, and reclaimed water system improvements for ownership, operation, and maintenance by Polk County Utilities. A 2-year warranty and surety for $174,267 for a maintenance bond for Breakwater Cove was also approved. The board also approved a performance surety bond for Laurelwood Landing for $63,014. In public hearings during the afternoon session, the board held several public hearings on a variety of items. Those items up for consideration included the consideration of an ordinance that grants economic ad valorem tax exemptions for the expansion of Dispenser Packaging, Inc. was continued until the August 20th board meeting. The board held the first hearing but took no action on an applicant-initiated request for a Land Development Code text amendment to add vehicle sales, leasing as a C2 conditional use in their Employment Center Land Use District within the US 98 Selected Area Plan. A final public hearing, the possibility to adopt the change, will be held at a later meeting. The board voted to transmit a large-scale comprehensive plan map amendment to change the land use on 30 acres from agricultural, residential, rural to institutional and associated ordinance. This property is east of Lake Wales and north of State Road 60 off Boy Scout Road. The board approved a large-scale comprehensive plan text amendment and associated ordinance regarding the recreation and open space element to be consistent with the updated Parks and Recreation and Preserves Master Plan. A large-scale comprehensive plan map amendment that changes the future land use designation on about 58 acres from agricultural, residential, rural to business park center in the rural development area was approved by the board after being continued from the July 2nd, 2019 meeting. Well, that wraps up the board review. To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. Tuesday, August 20th, 2019. I'm Tricia Pichette. Thanks for watching.